Alright, we have another Warhammer game. This is another long distance game. My opponent lives half a continent away. The game's at his house using all of his models. I'm playing a Bretonnian army against his beautifully painted Orc and Goblin army, predominantly an Orc army. So he graciously sets up first to save time and give me some benefit just from being on the long distance end of this. So what you're looking at with his army are a bunch of big blocks of Orcs. He's got 3 different chariots. One of them's a mount for a shaman. He's got a troll. In front of the hill, he's got 1 night goblin unit and his general's BSBs with him. He's got 4 spear chuckas, a doom diver, a couple units of fast cav. Really just a great horde orc list. So you can see how I deployed against him and how he moved turn 1. On the far left, Grail Knights, Knights Errant, Trebuchet, fast cav, 12-man unit of Knights Errant. I had 8 Knights of the Realm with the BSB. The BSB is that painted model right in the middle of the picture. When this picture was taken, one of those Knights of the Realm had already been killed. Unit of 4 Pegasus Knights, and then there's my general on a Royal Pegasus to the right of them. 9 Knights Errant behind them. Men-at-Arms with the Damsel, and then some skirmishing archers. So for the most part, I want to hold them up in the middle, try to take care of the left half of his army, and then swing around and take care of the right part of his army. It's kind of the simple plan that I had. The problem is he's got a lot of really mobile and slightly dangerous units with those chariots and then the fast cav. So kind of interested to see how this plays out. So on the far left, to take the Grail Knights and rush at his wolves just to not mess around with them. The Knights Errant on the hill, I go ahead and leave there and just angle them because I don't want his fast cav getting behind my Grail Knights and then wreaking havoc on me. So I have them positioned there just to guard my rear. Move the fast cav up to get in front of his chariot, and I think when I did it that I'd have the choice when he charged me to either flee or maybe take the charge and redirect him away from where I don't want him. Pegasus Knights, I flew to the right, and the next plan is to fly up to that hill and take care of a spear chukka and just maybe get rid of his war machines, and then later in the game get some rear charges with him. So his turn 2. On the far left, he just angles his fast cav in front of my Grail Knights to take me away from the action. This side of the woods, his chariot charges my fast cav, runs him down, and he stops an inch in front of my big block of Knights Errant. So now there's really not a whole lot they can do except charge that chariot, and that might put them where I don't want them. I was thinking, and then the troll is in front of my other unit of Knights Errant, so what that does is it makes it difficult for me to dual charge that unit of Orcs which I was planning on doing. I might have been able to get the Knights Errant, the big block of Knights Errant, and the Knights of the Realm in there with some fancy wheeling, but I wasn't sure about it, and I ended up not doing it. Anyway, otherwise you can kind of see he's killed a couple more of my Knights, but for the most part that's just how I moved. So my next turn on the far left, the Grail Knights run down his fast cav. My big block of Knights Errant run down his chariot, but land themselves right in front of a big block of Orcs. BSB Knights of the Realm charge into another block of Orcs, hoping I can crush them in my charge and get out of the way of all those flank charges that are looking at me. Take my general into one of the chariots, my small block of Knights Errant into the troll, and take my Pegasus Knights and charge the spear chuck on the hill and come up an inch short in a failed charge, which was bad. So Orc and Goblin turn 3. This is where things went ugly real fast for the Bretonnians. This picture is taken from the other side of the table, but basically, in animosity, his Night Goblin unit with his BSB and his general had to go towards my lord, and I fled because I kind of thought that would put him into his own flank of the Orcs and therefore not be a threat to me. So I fled, and it didn't work the way I thought it would, and so now it just gave him an easy flank charge into that unit. So my BSB Knight of the Realm unit is in a serious world of trouble. The battle just up from them, I killed the troll in the last turn, but he countercharged his chariot into me there, and in the bottom right I got countercharged by his Orcs there. His Orcs on the left charged my men-at-arms, who fled, and I'm okay with that. There we go. There's the angle we're used to now. So this is the result of all that horrible positioning by me. The Night Goblin unit into the flank of the Knight of the Realm BSB destroyed that unit, and they ran them down. You can see the unit of Orcs with the 2 banners that they're holding. They, in running down my unit there, they also came into the flank of my Knight Errant unit and didn't kill anybody, but with all that combat res broke them, and so they fled, and so they're facing my side of the board on the other side of my Lord, on this side of my Lord. So I've lost my BSB, I've lost Knight of the Realm unit, and I've got a big block that's running the wrong direction, and I'm still locked in combat with that stupid chariot. So, yeah, he also, my Pegasus Knights had the failed charge on the Spear Chukka. He shot everything at him this turn, missed with almost everything, but one of them actually hit and killed a Pegasus Knight. They failed their panic test and fled, and now they're in the woods. So turn 3 got really, really ugly for the Bretonnians. Just some bad maneuvering on my part. But if you would, look at the unit of Knights Errant that was on the hill next to the Trebuchet. It had come up on my turn, and so now they have sight and they are able to get into the flank of the Orc unit that's carrying the 2 banners. So on my turn, they hit him in the flank and beat him in combat and ran him down, got my 2 banners back and took one of his banners. The bad news is that even with my general nearby, the big block of Knights Errant didn't rally, so they ran perilously close to the back of the board, and my men-at-arms didn't rally. My Pegasus Knights did, but they can't do anything, of course, and my Grail Knights on the far left are finally swooping around. So those Knights Errant not rallying was just really, really, really painful. What makes it doubly so is on the end of this turn, his chariot actually beats my Knights Errant in combat, and when he overruns them, goes into the back of the Knights Errant and chases them off the board, which was disappointing. So now the big block of Knights Errant are dead, the 9-man block of Knight Errant is dead, my Knights of the Realm are dead, my BSB is gone. Boy, it's looking ugly. The general and BSB charge my general. I flee because there's nothing to be gained by staying. Other than that, he turned to Savage Orcs towards my Pegasus Knights, thinking I can't really get away from him there. Put his fast cav in the middle of the table in front of my small block of Knights Errant, just to kind of dictate where they can go. And he turned his big block of Orcs by the woods to the left around so that when my Grail Knights come around, I won't get a rear charge on them or anything. So at this point, I'm thinking this game is really going down the toilet quickly, and you just kind of shift your perspective and say, okay, well, what can I salvage out of this? Maybe I can make it a solid loss instead of a massacre against me. It's just ugly. So this doesn't really show what happened on my turn, but on the right, the Pegasus Knights charged the Spear Chukka, which not only killed it, but got them away from the Savage Orcs. My small Knights Errant charged his fast cav and beat him. I moved my Grail Knights in the upper left a little bit up, and I rallied my Lord. So now we're looking at his turn. He took his general, put him in the big block of Orcs that are by the woods on the left, and turned them around to face my Grail Knights, so that's not going to be easy. He turned his Orcs at the bottom towards my men-at-arms and my damsel, so really I can't get out of the way down there, so on my turn I'm just going to dual charge him and hope to get lucky. His unit on the far right charged my skirmishing archers, and they fled. And that knight in the middle of the table is just a banner being carried around. It doesn't mean a whole lot. So Bretonnian turn 5. My Grail Knights finally come around the woods. They go ahead and charge this unit in the front. I take my general. He charges them in the rear. Since the game's pretty much lost anyway, I thought we'd might as well make it epic. So my Lord declares a challenge. He accepts with his Lord. And I'm just hoping to get lucky because I really think his is so much better in combat. Even getting the charge, I don't think I'm going to win that. And this is down at my side of the board, his Orcs. I charge him with my men-at-arms and my damsel, and he beats me in combat, chases down the men-at-arms, and my damsel gets away, but it's his turn next, and his chariot's just going to chase her right off the table. So, and in the upper left, that ends up being a pillow fight. His Lord and my Lord don't do a whole lot. I kill a few of him, but they stick. My Pegasus Knights at the top are killing war machines. My Knights Errant on the upper right, I'm just trying to get away from the Savage Orcs because I'm not going to win that. His BSB in the bottom left charges my Trebuchet. And Orc turn 6, all of a sudden, I just got incredibly lucky. We're still pillow fighting it. His Lord kills the Royal Pegasus out from underneath my Lord, but my Grail Knights do tons of wounds. We beat him in combat, run him down. He just lost, besides some banners he had in mind, he lost his general and that unit of Orcs. So now all of a sudden at the end of the game is really close. So the Grail Knight and my Lord charges Night Goblins. I'm thinking I've got some easy points there, and it doesn't work out that way. I kill a bunch of them, but they hold, which is a miracle. My Pegasus Knights still lose one to shooting, but they've taken out almost all the war machines except for one. We add up the points, and it's a draw. The Orcs had about 200 more points in a 2250 game, but it makes it a draw. So really surprised there, got really lucky at the end. Overall, what a weird topsy-turvy game, which is just perfect for Orcs and Goblins. Hope you enjoyed it.